At this moment, we have 22 patients in the United States currently that have coronavirus. Unfortunately, one person passed away overnight.
It isn't a curfew. It is a strong recommendation that between each night, the hour of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. the next day, cut out all non-essential travel in the state of New Jersey. Only essential businesses being allowed to be open. So casinos are shut, movie theaters, gyms, restaurants, bars are takeout only. Our schools effective today are all shut.
Two towns with a population size of over just 10,000 residents each, it did not take long for quarantine to quickly change what were bustling townships and reduce them to near ghost towns. After surveying the area for days, even the police were nowhere to be seen, as this global pandemic has forced the lives of billions to come to a halt. Parks, basketball courts, and public gathering places are outfitted with yellow caution tape and do not enter or close signs, in the hope to deter their residents from leaving their homes. Businesses have either closed or were forced to change due to the social distancing policies, resulting in many residents now being without jobs or reduced pay. People were quick to make jokes about the corona outbreak when it first blew up in China, and then parts of Europe and the rest of Asia. But they were even quicker to get out of the streets and lock themselves at home once it reached the US. Not long after this did people go into panic mode. They were raiding grocery store aisles and stocking up on toilet paper. The New Jersey lifestyle seemed to change in an instant. No more kids playing basketball in the local courts, no more people at the mall, and no more people coming into work. The transition into quarantine has affected every aspect of life, whether it be your job, your religion, what you do for recreation, and even your personal relationships. This quarantine comes with challenges outside of staying safe and healthy. Since its beginning over a month ago, those who are stuck inside their homes have been forced to find new ways to entertain themselves and try to continue their old daily way of life to the best of their ability and as safely as possible. For those who do not own their own personal workout equipment, they have been finding new and innovative ways to stay in shape and maintain their health. Whether it be using their couch to mimic leg exercises, or arm workouts using a broom and backpacks filled with water bottles inside to adjust the weight. But the innovation does not end at just exercising. Both the sports and entertainment industries have found ways to keep their fans entertained and busy. Talk show hosts like Jimmy Fallon still produce episodes every week. But instead of the usual setup being in front of a live studio audience, it is instead done over video calls between him and his guest stars. The professional sports industries, like the NBA and NASCAR, have been holding weekly tournaments over their respective sports in video game settings, which shows the biggest names of each sport competing against each other in a virtual way. The issues that come along with continuing their sports or talk shows over a virtual setting is how long they can last until the viewers become bored with the medium. With small towns like the ones we reside in, who rely heavily on their parks, small businesses, and communal interaction, it is only a matter of time before these mediums no longer entertain the masses. The quarantine has not affected just what we use for entertainment, but also the more intimate aspects of our lives as well. The practice of religion, an important part of communities such as ours, has also been greatly affected. Churches, mosques, and synagogues have been closed as they are not essential to the public since they require group gatherings. Mass has been taken to platforms like Zoom and Skype to help ease the tensions growing and help maintain the faith of their followers. And even ways of worship for some religions have been affected. For Catholics, Lent is an important part of their religion, and that comes with not being able to eat meat every Friday until the end of Lent. However, in these trying times, the Pope has made a historic announcement that meat would be allowed to be eaten on Fridays, in an attempt to make this situation easier for those affected. Most importantly, the aspect of the quarantine that has impacted all Americans equally, regardless of their religion or recreational activities, is the economy. With restaurants and grocery stores being exception to the social distancing and deterrent policies in place currently, many citizens have suffered financially and can soon lack the funds for basic necessities without their salary. Many of the residents which make up the population of our towns work in smaller scale businesses or mom and pop stores, which have now been forced to close until the end of quarantine, which has left thousands jobless and waiting for their stimulus checks to help pay off their bills. After the past few years of political and economic turmoil, the country had hoped that 2020 would bring better days. However, none of this could have been predicted. None of this was seen coming. None of this is normal. People all over the world need their lives back. They need their jobs, their friends, getting coffee with their co-workers, going on dates with their significant other, or even just watching sports to get away from their lives. They need the old normal back. As tempting as it is to forget about the current state of the world to ease all of our minds, we cannot act as if everything is perfectly fine. However, what we can do is listen to our governments and stay inside and stay away from each other. We have a long way to go until the end of these trying times, but the light at the end of the tunnel is just within our view.